The Knicks lose tonight, 118-97 to the Phoenix Suns. Devin Booker, obviously the story of the game. What stood out to you? Is it anything other than Devin Booker, John?
Well, it's not so much that the Knicks lost, it's the way they lost, right? You got to compete. And that's what Coach Tibbs was talking about, that intensity. Being able to compete, whether you win or lose, competing to the end. How many shots did Devin Booker make when no one's around him? Like, he should never be shooting without no one in his face. He should be shooting under duress the whole game. And the fact that he has so many open looks and good looks, he's too good. And you can't give a guy that good that many open looks. He's going to burn you every time, and that's what he did tonight.
You've spent time in the league, played for some legendary coaches. How do you go about then having this conversation in time to turn around, go to Atlanta, and show up as the best team you can for another matchup with the Atlanta Hawks?
Well, Coach Tibbs is my coach my rookie year, so I know exactly how he's feeling and what he's going to be doing and how he's going to be talking to the guys about bringing that attention to detail, making sure they stick to the game plan. And honestly, let's just really talk about the elephant in the room right now, which is Julius Randle not being assertive enough. He only took 8 shots tonight. And your best player, I'd rather him go, 3 for 19 than, go 3 for 8. I want him to be more assertive. He's our best player, right?
Yeah.
I mean, there's some change. He's our best player, so got to be able to run an offense through him. And I know not every night. Some nights he's going to be looking to get other people involved, but on a game like tonight where the Phoenix Suns come in, rolling, 14 wins in a row, went to the NBA Finals last year, so obviously they're a really good team. I just think that was a team that Randle should have came out with the same assertiveness that Devin Booker came out with to try to match him.
That's, oh man, John, that's a good point. I wonder if trying to match Devin's assertiveness didn't necessarily play to his strengths in this particular matchup. I mean, Jay Crowder's guarding him, Mikal Bridges at points. Like, I agree with you. You didn't really think of him, and as your go-to player, you have to make yourself felt. But early on, it did feel like Evan had it going early, and then when the Suns kind of went on that run between the end of the second half and the start of the third quarter, it was just kind of like, it got bad quick.
It got ugly really fast. But, I mean, that's a moment in time when you need someone like Julius to step in and get a couple baskets, get some easy baskets. I just think when the wheels started falling off, no one was able to put them back on at all.
Yeah.
And it just got really ugly in the second quarter going into the third.
It felt like that. All right, the Knicks roll on, though. They play Atlanta tomorrow. That's a 7 o'clock tip. Pre-game, 6:30 with Bill and Allen right here on MSG Network. All right, let's keep moving around the NBA. This is the first time that I've had a conversation with you since the Isaiah Stewart, LeBron James. James.
Yeah.
Okay, so LeBron was
Isaiah
obviously
Stewart from
suspended.
Rochester. Let's just get that out there. He's from the Rock.
Please get that out. LeBron James was suspended for a single game. LeBron ultimately called the suspension not warranted. What were your thoughts on that?
Well, it definitely was warranted. Whether he did it intentionally or not, no one can talk to anyone's intent.
Right.
But he did hit someone above the shoulder, right? And that, by the law of the book, you got to get suspended or something for that type of infraction. But, I mean, let's just be thankful that Isaiah Stewart didn't get to LeBron James, because Isaiah Stewart, I know him. He's from Rochester. He's a boxer. He's a very strong guy, and he was looking very irate that night.
So and I need your opinion on this, John, because I think as this was being discussed, I felt like people forgot if you were just out and somebody clocked you in your face and split it open, the professionalism that I hear people calling for from Isaiah Stewart, to me that goes out the window.
Immediately. You react.
Yeah.
You get hit in the face, whether you're in a basketball game or, like you said, in the street somewhere. If you get hit, your first reaction is to hit someone back. It's just a natural reaction. The fact that he didn't, he showed tremendous restraint. But then as he starts walking around, he's like, wait, I'm leaking.
Yeah.
And I'm tasting my own blood. It's like the old Marvin Hagler thing. He tasted his own blood and went for blood.
I just think as we consume this, you got to understand, you realize you're bleeding, then you see other dudes chirping that had nothing to do with it. You go from red to redder, and so there should be a little bit of wiggle room. I think that the suspensions on both parties were fair. And I don't think people should mess with Isaiah Stewart. I actually called a Pistons game, and his teammates were like, yeah, we don't like playing against that dude in practice. All right, let's keep it moving. Klay Thompson, the streets are saying, that would be NBA Twitter and anybody that's covering this Lakers organization closely, or this Warriors organization, closely, that he may make a return before Christmas. What do you think Klay's impact will be on a team that's already rolling, John?
I just really hope Klay is able to stay healthy. I mean, no one's more deserving. I mean, after the ACL injury in the NBA Finals, and then just when the season get ready to start, he tears his Achilles. So he's had 2 horrific injuries. He's battled back. I saw a couple clips. He looks really good.
Yeah.
And his game is shooting, right? So he doesn't have to, but he's a great defender, too. He doesn't get enough credit. He was the best on-ball defender for the Warriors throughout their run. So I don't know if he's going to be able to take on that challenge every night of guarding the team's best offensive player like he used to. But, he's still going to be able to make shots. I just wonder if he's going to be able to play the same type of defense that he used to play.
Do you think it will be a notable adjustment when he returns to the floor? I just feel like the Warriors are such a well-oiled machine, though. Right?
He has such a high basketball IQ. He knows how to play the game. You can just insert him anywhere, and it's going to be seamless.
Yeah, got you. My producer, who is terrific, are the Warriors a serious title contender? I'm not asking that question because the answer is yes, right?
Well, 100%.
Come on, let's move on. All right, I actually had the opportunity to be sidelined for this game. The Nets played the Celtics on Wednesday of this week, and Kevin Durant passed Allen Iverson for 25th on the all-time scoring list. And of course, post-game we asked Kevin about it, and he's like, it's really cool. That's a guy that he's admired all through his career. So let's look at some of this video here of Kevin he's passed AI, I believe, on his second basket of the game. And he just makes it look so easy, John.
Well, Kevin Durant is the best scorer in the game. He has been for a long time now. And he's so efficient. And he's a mid-range killer. He probably shoots about 70-something% from mid-range, shoots 40-something% from three, 90% from the free throw line. He just really rarely misses, man. He's just such a good shooter.
All right, so he moves up to 25th. These are some of the names in front of him. A shout out to the Knick and the Hoya great Patrick Ewing. I can't do math, and so these numbers are already sent.
No, he'll catch all those guys probably by the end of this year. Simple math.
The question is, what will his legacy be, though, John?
His legacy is going to be one of the greatest scorers of all time. He's a 6'10", 6'11", two-guard, incredible handles. Kind of, he changed the game as soon as he came in from Texas. An elite scorer, two-time champion, two-time NBA Finals MVP. His legacy is well cemented.
Man, it's like the commercial for the top 75. His one line, I'm not done yet. Like, we believe him when he says that.